Okay, 3-1 deals with lines and angles. So we're going to be talking about parallel lines, skew lines, and parallel planes. So if we look at our drawing over here, I have a three-dimensional box with lines in all different directions. To be parallel lines, they're coplanar lines that do not intersect. So if we look at line AE, which is this vertical line, it is parallel to BF. Two vertical lines show that it's parallel. Skew lines are non-coplanar lines that do not intersect. So they're like parallel lines that they do not intersect, but they are not in the same plane. So if we look at AB and CG, which is this line, vertical line in the back and this horizontal line in front, those would never intersect, but they aren't in the same plane because DC is in the same plane as AB and is parallel to it. So it has to be where they don't intersect, but they aren't in the same plane. So it's easiest to think of one going one direction, one going another, but not intersecting in the same plane. So line AB and CG are skew. There's no symbol for skew, so you just write it out. We look at parallel planes, the planes that do not intersect. So if we look at plane ABCD, that's your top here, and that would be parallel to plane EFGH, the bottom. So if we look at some examples of what to do after that, we start talking about our different types of angles that we get when we draw our transversal through two lines. So the transversal is this line that intersects two or more coplanar lines at distinct points. So line T here is our transversal. And if we have two lines, we call between them the interior, outside the exterior. We can have different names for the angle. So an alternate interior angle does exactly what it says. It alternates sides of that transversal and it's in the interior. So non-adjacent angles in the interior that lie on opposite sides of the transversal. So if we go up to the drawing, we're in the interior. So if we look at angle 4, the alternate interior is angle 6. If we look at angle 3, the alternate side is 5, and those are my two alternate interior angles. We also have same side interior angles. They are in the interior and same side. So if you go to the interior, 4 and 5 are same side interior. 3 and 6 are same side interior. If we talk about corresponding angles, now I'm going to have to be sliding back and forth here. Corresponding angles, if I took and slid an angle down on top of itself, they would be called corresponding. They're in the same position. So corresponding angles, same side, and in corresponding positions. So angle 1 and 5 up here correspond. 4 and 8 correspond. 2 and 6, 3 and 7 are corresponding angles. And our last type of angles are alternate exterior angles. So that, again, they're non-adjacent exterior angles on opposite sides of the transversal. So if we look again, here's your exterior 1. We have to go on the other side and not be adjacent, so it has to be 7. With 2, it is 8. So the angles that are alternate interior angles are 1 and 7, 2 and 8. And in your homework, you're just going to be going through and looking at your drawings and coming up with your answers.